Well, hi, Miriam. I hope you hop in here soon, dear. I think you're probably sharing the link for the live feed. The plan is for myself and Miriam to go through the elements sign-wise, rather than go sign by sign, just because it'll take way too long, and we're long overdue to actually get this live going with both of us. Hey, just waiting for my friend to hop in, and we're going to throw some cards down. If you're here for anything other than spirituality or tarot, you're probably in the wrong place. Hey, guys. Just waiting on Miriam to pop in. Hope y'all are having a good Saturday. I'm Heather with Woke.Ones.Revolution. Nice to see you guys. Okay. Hi, we're live,
Hello.
babe.
That's great. We did it.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So this is our first going live together.
Mm-hmm.
This is Miriam Kramer with Point Your Compass.
Hello. Hello, Governor. All right.
What do you mean, what's my video at the corner? Hey, hey, hey. So what zodiac sign are all of you? Hey, we made it.
Hey,
Hi,
Jamie.
Danger Cat.
Yeah, that's Amanda and Jamie.
Hi,
and
Jamie.
Lulu. It's Lupita.
Hi, Lupita.
I have loved you so much. Thank you so much for the money that you sent to keep Rumble up. Thank you.
Yes.
I think we're going to change over to this YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe, please. And that way you can catch. Dude, I found some cool AI stuff because Heather and I have been moving into the AI, and so is Allie, and we're nerds. So we're setting up all of our AI stuff. I think Heather's ahead of the game. Anyway, now that we have the right tools, you might see a lot more content. Yeah, took a really long time to figure that out. But we're working it this weekend, and subscribe to the channel, to Heather's channel here on Woke.Ones.Revolution, because we'll be live more, there'll be more content, etc., etc. So if you guys have been asking me for a YouTube channel, Miriam, get a YouTube, this is it. Use this one. Yay.
Yeah. We've been wanting to do a live together for months. And just technology-wise, there's so much that goes into it. So thank you all for your patience as we were getting it all figured out. Miriam is amazing. She's way more techie than I am. Amanda, the pushy Capricorn, she says.
Like, people don't technically know how much I know until they come sit with me, and then they're like, holy moly, because I'm a nerd, man. Got all this software, coding.
Thank goodness.
One
Thank
of us
goodness
has
you're
it.
a nerd.
One of us has it.
Hey, how does
Okay.
my audio sound, guys? I'm having to use my wireless earbuds today since I'm using my cell
Yeah.
phone.
I got mine in too. What's that?
Oh, getting all kinds of people up in here. Hi, Jen.
Where's Jen? Oh, there's Jen. Hey, girl.
Do
Think
you know
about
where
you.
Omni-Man is? He's- All right, what should we start with? We're going to go through the elements today, opposed to doing sign by sign, because we're going to also break out some oracles. Personally, the oracle cards that I like to use, there comes a pretty good little reading translation that comes with them. So,
Both are clear. That's what I'm talking about.
little time consuming, but hey. All right.
All right.
Thank you guys all for joining us. Truly appreciate you showing up. We did it.
God bless, man. Okay.
Well, who's due? Like, where were you at in your lineup for the month on your readings, hun? Who should we start with?
I always usually start with the fire signs, but you know, I'm looking at who's in here, and I've got the people that I know, and I've got water and earth in the chat as we speak. I have water and earth people.
Oh,
So
since we're coming up on the Scorpio full moon,
that's the
I think
other
we should
thing.
yeah, I think we should probably just jump into water then.
Yes, I remember the t-shirt. All right, so let's do water. Let's do the water elements for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, so for this full moon energy, huh?
Yeah. All right, so
All
this is
right.
how we're going to do this. Heather and I are both going to shuffle. We're both going to lay the cards. Okay? And then we're going to start talking. So just give us a second to go quiet. I would also like to, let me see, Jen, if you're willing, here, I didn't know we could put out timestamps. Okay, cool. Timestamps, participants. All right. Let me go over here. Give me a second so that I can assign us some moderators. So shuffle.
How I
Talk,
am.
let people grow. That's cool.
Talks amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm already throwing cards.
Oh, by the way, you guys, if you if you subscribe to the channel, I can pick you up as a moderator on the other side for us. We've already had some weirdo in here. If I know that you're a patron on my Patreon channel, then we can trust you enough to add you. So hit subscribe real quick. Oh, you know what? I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I can't believe Jamie is here. That's so cool. All right. Jamie Fry Adams.
Saying it's 1:11. Oh, my earbud fell out.
All right, there you are. All right, so here's Jamie. I'm dropping Jamie in as a moderator. Yeah, she is. Okay, I got her. Let me get Jamie. Or not. Let me get Jen. That's the one. Add as a moderator. There we go. You guys, if you don't mind, please. Here's Amanda. Add as a mod. I just delegated responsibility. Lupita.
You're a mod. You're a mod.
You're a mod. I'm handing out moderations, guys. If I know you and I've sat with you in a reading, then yeah. Okay, that's enough for now. We got 3. We can rock and roll.
Water signs.
Water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for the water signs. Cancer,
Amy's here too now. Hi, Amy.
Scorpio. Amy's here? Where's she at? Oh, there she is.
She just dropped in.
Here. All right. Adding her as a mod. Great. All right. We're going to get to work now, y'all. Cover our butts. Also, Amy, Jamie, Jen, Lupita, one of you. Can you keep a time on the clock? We need to make sure that we can cover all 4 signs. Is it 4? Yeah, all 4 elements within about an hour and a half. So we have 90 minutes divided by 4. Awesome. Awesome. Roughly 22 minutes, 23 minutes a piece. Y'all just make it real big and be like, stop. Because we'll just keep going.
Don't mind.
Cool.
We got new faces coming in. I hope my audio is okay. I'm using my earbuds.
Moon, Scorpio moon. I definitely know that the fixed signs are going to be affected with this Scorpio full moon.
Yeah.
Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please. What's going on? Full moon, water signs.
Woo! Just got freezing cold.
Oh, you got a little visitor.
I did. All the way through. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for this full moon energy. What do they need to know? Ah, twice I had the Hierophant pop. Two more.
Oh, okay. I laid 3 lines. The first one for Cancer, the second for Scorpio, and the third for Pisces. Oh, I gotta love a Pisces. Oh my Jesus, save us all. All right. Here we go, water signs. I'm gonna go ahead and start.
Go
Are you
for it.
okay with that?
I'm still throwing down, babe.
All right, Cancer. Look, water signs, just all of you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The overall theme that I have for this, basically, what I'm looking at is yes, there is a new beginning knocking at the door. All three of you signs I can see feel differently about it. I can see that real easy. And I'll get into the details in a second, but the overall theme that I can see for the element is a brand new beginning that you've been waiting on, right? And over here, it kind of says between the three, nothing is perfect. You know, you take the good with the bad, and anticipating perfection immediately is kind of like it would be a lot. It would be like a Libra sort of energy where you say a compromise. You know, if it's a real compromise that really works for everybody, it means nobody's going to be fully happy. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get 60% of what you want, 70% of what you. It's workable. You know what I mean? It's just not perfect. So that's the overall reaching theme I have.
Ooh. Hmm. It's weird. So like when I'm laying my cards down, the Hierophant popped twice. First time it came out in the upright, I just put it back into the deck and kept shuffling to see what it was gonna throw out. And then it throws out the Hierophant again, definitely in the reverse. Okay. And it's sitting here looking at directly below it, we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse, right? Looking at this, and looking at the overall spread for my water signs, I mean, you guys are definitely going to be feeling the pull of this full moon energy. Granted, it's trining you all. So I mean it's going to be harmonious, but it's lending to, from what I'm getting, is a feeling of I'm tired of being taken from emotionally. I've been putting in a lot. I've been the one holding down the relationship. Literally, I'm seeing the Justice card paired up alongside the Hierophant in reverse. We also have the Judgment card in the read, the Ten of Cups in the read, Queen of Cups in the reverse. So there's definitely some revelations that you've come to. The full moon's going to illuminate where you are no longer willing to take that shit. That's how I'm hearing it. The pentacles that have been lost are sitting on the point to where you're working too much and you're tired of putting forth a lot of the effort. And with the Judgment and the upright, you've been doing the right thing. And I think karmically, the moon, although it's going to hurt, when I say it may hurt to let go of something that you've held on so intimately to and so tight to, and you put so much work into, you're going to feel the sting, but try not to be obsessive about it. It's been leading up to this, and it ends up, honestly, at the very back end of the spread, we've got the Ten of Cups in the upright and the Nine of Swords in reverse. That is not bad at all, guys and gals. That's laying something to rest that's been eating at your health, at your mental health, at your emotions, and really, you just have to be careful with the undermining things of the High Priestess in reverse. Keep listening to your intuition. You know the difference between intuition and high hopes. I just heard. You know the difference, but don't let yourself get too consumed in the shadow. Is what I'm hearing this full moon, and you'll be all right. I mean, the emotional fulfillment is there for you. You're on the upside of karma and judgment, and I think that you've found some alternate ways of dealing with and approaching what you've been working on with that Hierophant in reverse. So, yeah. And I just heard keep your mouth zipped is what I just heard come through. Keep your mouth zipped. Don't blab your business to everybody. You've been keeping this all very internal, and keep doing that until the time is right. And it very well may be because somebody let you down financially. That's what I get. My mic is rattly. Oh my goodness, can you hear it?
No.
Oh, Amy said my mic is rattly. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But then somebody else said that I sound fine. So,
Like a tiny
okay.
short on the wire?
Okay. Well, I'm
Okay.
sorry about that, guys.
So Cancer, look, from what I can see, there have been other water folks influencing you, Cancer. I can see that. I've got a Scorpio that has been pushing you to stand up in a certain relationship where certain actions, to me, it looks like, well, I don't know. You would know what it is, but to me, there's like a Scorpio that's been pushing you and trying to get you to move forward to like start heading towards what looks like a mountain, a relationship, quite possibly in the family. If it's not in the family, it could be about money and what it takes to fully run something. Other people may have thought that you kind of let it go, whatever this issue is with this person, and that you've just been like, now, I will also say this, Cancer. The Scorpio is looking at you and saying, the concept that you have, I don't know if it's like not, this is what the Scorpio is saying. If you're a Scorpio, this is what's in the room. The Scorpio is moving forward kind of singularly, and we're looking at something that says, you don't know what you're going to need or want in the future. It sort of says, if you don't start making this thing work in this relationship, you don't know, however much time passes, that you're going to need this person or you're going to need this thing. And the way that it's work, it would be like this: if nothing changes, nothing changes. You know what I mean? So the Scorpio has been kind of laying this on the Cancer, and the Cancer is sort of looking at it in a way that says, I don't have time. I don't have time to climb a mountain right now. You know what I mean? I don't have time. And then I have this message that comes in, and either Cancer is trying to say the message, or this message comes in, someone confesses and says whatever, and it hurts to hear. It's painful to listen to. And the Scorpio is like, you already know that that message is right. And the Pisces is down here going, I hope they can see the reality of the damage that has been done in a relationship for the span of time that has gone on. You know what I mean? Like the Pisces is down here saying to the Cancer, dude, I'm sick and tired of this bullcrap. That's kind of what the Pisces is saying. Your silence is not helping anything. And if the recommendation to move forward, like let's say that the Scorpio is at the helm of things, then it would be like the Pisces is saying, I don't want to look at what's going on. I don't have a choice in this. I'm trying to stay out of it. But if the Scorpio has recommended it, Cancer, you might want to get after it. And that's sort of how the Pisces is looking. Is that right, Cancers? Hi, Lisa. I do actually. I have the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess in the upright, though. Whatever this is, Cancer. Look, I've got it like that. So this is a karmic alignment in a positive way. You could almost even say this is Dharma. But see the crown chakra coming out to spin the wheel, the awakening moment. Go ahead, Heather. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just, you were calling out signs, and I guess I didn't do that. But I did, I mean, I called out that we've had the Hierophant in reverse. So, I mean, you could be looking at Taurus in that one, Justice card, Libra. We had the Judgment card. I always see Judgment card as Scorpio. What do you think about the Judgment card, Miriam? Is that what you feel on those?
I've got the Hierophant and the Hermit card in the upright, like ding.
Interesting.
The Judgment, if there is a Judgment in reverse, I would say that from what I can see, it's only in the reverse because whatever has been.
It was in the upright.
Was
my
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in the upright, just like the Justice card is as well. Now, I'm looking through this, and when you were calling out the signs, I mean, the overall energy was the Queen of Cups in reversed and the High Priestess in reverse. And I say that because I do a top line with the Crow Tarot, and I just did clarifiers with the Rider Waite deck. And I went ahead and threw some of my fun cards in because I do love to use my Kipper deck. My Kipper fortune telling deck. I like to throw this in for a little more dirt, a little more of the scoop. And so Courtship in reverse came out front with the Hierophant in reversed and the Seven of Swords in reversed. So with the Courtship card coming out and looking through this, some of you guys may be dealing with a court case, a legal dispute. It very well may have to do with personal property. I've had so many pentacles in this spread. And obviously Taurus is the opposition to Scorpio, the Scorpio full moon. We have the Taurus card and the Hierophant. So it's right there. So basically, looking through this, sudden wealth also came out right on top of the Justice card. Distant Horizons came out for the Judgment card and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And I do see some health matters at hand. It's very possible that as long as you keep your emotional cool and don't self-sabotage yourself. A court matter as possible could go your way. There could be a sudden win. If there's been a change in work because you've been putting in too much work, looking at that, you may be looking to get a job elsewhere, and your past accolades will go in your favor because you have the Judgment and the Justice card in the upright. And just watch out to don't ignore any health issues during this full moon period. It looks like you may have somebody that you're either caring for, or maybe something that you have been ignoring on your health that you definitely need to get checked out. Just keep good hold of your thoughts and emotions. And like I said, I just heard keep quiet again. So whoever is, the Scorpio moon could definitely be pretty, secretive, let's say. However, it is also a time that secrets come out, right? The moon fully illuminates everything going on, and Pluto helps unearth it. And so, You may be on the receiving end of finding out about a lie, and in that event, keep your cool. Don't lose your cool, or it very well could end up in you being in some serious trouble or lack. Could put a negative light on you. So that's what I have as far as that goes. And I did pull an oracle. So what else you got for our water signs?
Okay. Can I just add one more thing for Cancer real quick?
Please do.
Cancer is dutifully standing on their ground, like on a certain matter. They know that the choices and the decisions they have made here, it would be like saying, I'm staying true to what I value. I'm staying true to what I believe in. I'm not walking away from the boundaries that I've had to set. It's sort of like looking at a long road and having learned quite a bit, maybe even going through a divorce, maybe even going through, something legal here. There's something about this ethical stand here, where the person is saying, someone is wrong. Someone is in the wrong. Someone is in the wrong. And I am independently going to use the wisdom I have to not pick up other people's junk for how they feel, and sort of saying the baggage that someone else is carrying here. It quite possibly even lead to like a separation, where someone kind of stands up and quietly, like Heather said, quietly, without telling anyone, without saying anything to anyone, a decision kind of being made, and sort of saying, if this person is just going to be free willy-nilly and not do the actual work that's necessary, then I got to cut them loose. It's kind of like that. I got to cut them loose. So that's for Cancer. I'm going to roll into Scorpio real quick. For Scorpio here, I have pressure. I have pressure with Scorpio on quite possibly fixing finances, leadership, or there could have been something that is bought or something that needs to be sold, like that. There is an ask that Scorpio has had. It's like, I need to ask for you to grow up now. I need to ask for you to stand up right now. And whatever this action is, it's sort of like saying, what's done is done in the past. You're upset at a Capricorn for doing something financially, quite possibly not purchasing you something like you anticipated for this Capricorn to show up. They didn't. You know what I mean? They didn't. And now I have some hidden feelings, bitterness, unforgiveness, kind of holding on to something, seeing the damage that was done. But Capricorn or Scorpio is actually sort of like saying, there's some sort of support there that still needs to be given. It's like almost like all three of these are linked. It's like everybody's waiting on the Cancer. So that's what it looks like to me.
Everybody's hollering in the chat, hey, you guys are running out of time, 2 minutes left. Okay. I didn't go through all the signs, I just did the elements, but
I'm sorry, I'm seeing the storyline and I'm kind of like,
no, I understand. That's you.
Pisces is feeling left out. That's what I see. Pisces sees a gathering or a group. This is a group that Pisces used to be involved in that made the Pisces very happy. there is some sort of damage that needs to be addressed, and someone's sick and tired of waiting for that apology. And if you're the one that needs to stand up and take leadership over forgiveness, it's like the biggest thing, over looking at something with a different eye and looking at something in a way that sort of says you have to meet people where they're at, wherever they're at. And Pisces is sort of, I don't know, to me, it's like feeling left out.
No, it's not 22 minutes per sign. We're doing each element. We are running a bit over, but I do draw the oracle card, and I did drew the most fitting one. I know it's probably flipped, but Deep Quiet, card number 11, meditation and stillness. And meditation, stillness, and clarity. So when it appears, obviously, it's a cosmos calling you to stillness, to step outside the concerns of your everyday life. This does not mean to slow down and take a breath, although it's a good start. The cosmos is inviting you to go deep, to that place where the noise stops and there's only the vast emptiness of inner space. We don't respond to the invitation offered by Deep Quiet. Life can stop us in our tracks with an illness or a crisis. Listen to the still small voice and remember that you want to catch spirit on a whisper, not a shout. And it's only human to argue that you're too busy to slow down and that you don't have the time, the inclination, or the money for the retreat. Do not let any of those reasons get the better of you. Stop the world and enter the deep quiet before you come to a crashing halt. And after you have said yes to this invitation, you'll find that the world will get along quite well without the need for you to manage it. You will enjoy the freedom that comes with the stillness, the clarity, and the spacious offered by the silence. All right.
In 10 seconds, I have a water sign who is not brave enough to be vulnerable with their true feelings with someone. And the truth is, from what I just saw, they do have feelings. They do. But they're chicken and they're not saying nothing. And so, from what I can see today, they're not bending yet. But I am looking at the earthquakes. As soon as the earthquakes go off, I'll be like, all right, we're all getting a phone call. It'll be like that. All right, let's move on. What do you want to do? The earth signs?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do
who was here first.
All right.
That was who was here first. Right. We said the water and the earth signs were in the chat first.
Earth signs. Moving on to earth signs.
That was fast. That was very fast. They're ready to go.
Yeah, you go. I'm gonna shuffle. You go.
Yeah.
Go.
I know. I'm just saying, like I'm shuffling, but I only had to shuffle twice, and they were ready to go for me to start laying out my cards.
Yeah, do it. Do it. I love it. For Taurus, Virgo, and
Capricorn. Why is Pisces showing up in this read? Y'all got 6. I could just say there's gonna this full moon energy. There's gonna be some passionate stuff going on. The underside of the energy on the last one for the water signs was the Queen of Cups in reverse. Guess what you guys got? The earth signs got the Knight of Swords reversed. Wow, lots of there's man, there's gonna be some words said. There's gonna be some there's gonna be some feelings felt. That's what I can say. It's not very surprising with the overall energy that's been going on. Oh, lost an earbud.
Oh, Virgo. Pobrecito. Oh. Oh.
That was
Capricorn's
loud.
got
I
a
heard that
Scorpio.
pop.
You can't always get what you want. Oh, Capricorn. I have all the love. Mi que lindo. Our new dog Kai is a Capricorn, so I'm like, oh, mommy's coming. Your mommy is coming. I am here for you.
And he's like, I'll do it myself.
Right?
Help
Like,
me.
we can go in there and
Man. My crown is just tingling. So uncomfortable. Calm down. Well, alrighty then. Be that way. I lost a card. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the quiet. We're in deep thought, y'all. Oh, there's that Page of Swords in the upright again.
okay.
You go ahead and go, babe.
Okay, so Taurus. Now I think that kind of works actually the way we're doing it. It's like holistic, it's completed.
Feels
You know?
good with me. Feels good to me.
Taurus has a little bit of it's not just confusion. The topic here is, all right, just trust me on this. Okay, you see this Two of Cups right here? What I have for Taurus is weird, because Taurus is being like really stubborn and standing in their mind about not cooperating with anything anymore. It would be like saying, I am not going to give any more of my time to this. I'm not going to even humor this thing. I've made my choice, I made my decision, and I'm final on it. The only thing that confuses me right now is that Two of Cups.
I got the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords in reverse.
Yeah. It's almost like Taurus is gone into a shell.
Like I've already made my choice.
Yeah, like I've totally made my choice.
Well, and then if we're going to throw it, I got the Seven of Wands in the upright. There's him standing up on that hill. Standing up on that hill.
Like a Virgo here that might be talking with a Taurus, and the Virgo says, hey, I have this little piece of information, or look at this picture, or check out this post or something. And the Virgo's looking at the Taurus like, I'm confused. You tell me you love this person. You tell me they're a soulmate to you. You've listened, you've heard them over and over again. about what it is they need, you know? And you're not getting their loyalty because they're not joining with you in something. So I'm confused how you're totally okay, Taurus, with like being so conclusive about someone you're in love with.
Hmm.
Because the Virgo read kind of says, I know this person's a soulmate to me. And I've heard Taurus talk about how they've had such a hard time. And the Virgo is trying to think. Here's where the Virgo is off. This is my personal opinion. Please do not believe a dang thing I say. This is for entertainment purposes only. Virgo is alone, thinking up all the ways. You see that? That Virgo is thinking up all
Honey, you
the
ain't the
ways.
only one. Look, I got it too. The Seven of Cups.
That's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, you're going through saying all this, and I'm seeing it being so
I'm seeing
fixed and
it,
absolute. Like
right?
everything is like, nope, I've already put on all the freaking work. I
Yeah.
know. Look at these cards. Nope, I've already put in all that freaking work. Oh my goodness. It's almost like some of you, for whoever this is for, whatever earth sign, there's been a whole lot of fire that's been dimmed
I
out. And it's
know.
been dimmed out by this hanged man in reverse.
It's like
Like,
a controlling, I told you to stop doing that thing because it's wrong, right? And then
yeah.
very confused. And it's sort of like, bro, I can't do anything with anything. I got to use what I've got, you know? And Heather and I were talking about that earlier. You can only, you go to, what did that guy say during the Desert Storm, Kuwaiti war? He said,
Mm,
I think it was the, anyway, Secretary of Defense. And he stood up and he said, you go to war with the army you have, not the one you wish you had. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to war with what you have, not what you wish. And yeah, the earth signs are sort of like, dude, there's love. That's the stupid thing. There is, and come on, man, I've been doing this business for nigh on almost, 9 years now. And there are certain cards in love readings that show up if it's love. If it's not love, if it's money, if it's I'm using you, if
Mm.
it's, I'm just using you as a lily pad so that I can get to what I want. Um, these are the cards, earth signs. Look, I have the
Love.
two of love.
Celebration.
I don't
Love.
I don't give a diddly dang, earth sign. Love is at the core of this.
See what's not at the core. So to me, love may be at the core of it. Yes, I see that. I even have the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups. I have the love energy, but what I have a bunch of is wands, and most all of them are in reverse. So it's a lot of it's like maybe love that's lost the passion, or the loss of love is just wanting. Up there you go, the Ace of wands in reverse. Yeah, it's like a loss of passion, and it's like, you know what, I'm so tired of putting in this extra work. I've made my mind up. I'm going to be cool where I'm at. You stay cool over there. I'm going to still hold my own and stand in that emperor energy, and work towards keeping our foundation solid. But I'm going to pursue my freaking passion. It's just a matter of doing it without cutting somebody else down in the process. So just
Especially
be
because they're different. Especially because
yeah,
they're different.
yeah. So go at it with a light heart, but yeah, be brave. Go ahead and pursue those passions. It's earth signs have had to been way too serious lately, but if there's a Pisces, that you're dealing with, they need to get right. And you don't need to sit around waiting for them to get right. Continue to work towards that passion. If you got an Aries in your life, they're definitely standing in the upright, looking to do good. And the King of Cups, we also got Cancer, the water energies coming through,
Yeah, like King of
standing in
Cups
their
is coming
emotional
through.
power. So there's no
It's
pentacles in this spread. There's only 7 cups in mine,
it,
and
yeah.
this.
I agree with her like completely, because the Capricorn has a Scorpio. There's a Scorpio. And the Capricorn does not understand how, but again, the Capricorn's holding the King of Cups. So to me, the Capricorn is dealing with someone that doesn't forgive, or they're not in love with the other person, or there's some issue there. Like, even if I don't receive your love, the mature thing for the Capricorn is sort of saying,
The
I don't
what?
understand. Yeah, mature, right? Capricorn, right? The
Yep.
mature Capricorn is asking the other, well, basically telling the other person, when you get older, when you're more matured in some way, then I may ask you not. It would be like, we're going to hang out with one another, right? Why can't you just not look at that thing right there? I don't understand. Because to me, it's almost like Capricorn has been through a lot of shit, and Capricorn has emotionally matured in a sense. And I think Capricorn's the most balanced out of all 3, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
I
see
mean,
that.
look, I've got Capricorn in a very healed energy. Capricorn has come in politely. Capricorn has apologized and confessed. Capricorn has offered an invitation of love. You know, Capricorn has even surrendered some financial aid in some sense, or something, maybe even pictures or information about I don't know. This is sort of like, I sent you an invitation to the birthday party. You didn't want to come because you don't like that I'm a vegetarian now. So
Get
you're
out. Look
upset.
at that. Look at that. That was
Yeah,
the five of
right?
wands in reverse and the party underneath. Yep, you got it.
Like, you're upset. I'm a vegetarian, so you don't want to come to the party because you think the food is going to suck. The best I can do. That's what I would say Capricorn has offered. The best I can do is the best I can do, and I've done my best.
Wow. Yeah.
The Virgo is
That's
still trying to sing it. Here's my problem with the Virgo thing. I don't really have Virgo in a position where they're working together to solve problems. I have Virgo singularly, like Virgo's the only one with the ideas. You know what I mean? But Virgo is also kind of going, yeah, I don't, there's I don't even know. It's like Virgo has more common sense, but again,
goodness. There is an extreme lack of appreciation.
yeah,
Or when I say appreciation, it may be more so of I see the whole poor, pitiful me story
yeah.
playing out, and whether that's you or this hangman, or the Pisces energy, or the person displaying Pisces type energy of woe is me, has a hard time being happy for anybody else. And I do see somebody standing in their higher mature ground saying, look, I've got a community that I can build with, and there's the community card. Whether you decide to go to the party or not, the gift is in the actual community exchange. And as long as you are lost in your thoughts up there in the 7 of Cups, you're going to continue to lack and feel like you're and poverty. So I'm basically just getting that, somebody's ready to move forward and have both signs. I mean, right when I laid the spread, it immediately I saw or felt the love, but with the lack of cups and the seven, it's almost like Neptune in the seventh house energy, like uncertainty about the partnership. And I think that as one has grown older, one's grown up and the other just grew older, is what I heard. So one just got older. So there's lessons that need to be learned, and you can lead a horse to water, right? But you got to judge for yourself.
This whole thing where there's a confusion, earth signs, where it's sort of like someone saying, if we're in a relationship with one another and you're my soulmate, that much is obvious, then what's it gonna take? Like, it's almost like Virgo has heard someone speak, and Virgo is saying, okay, what would it take to provide, protect, get things in order? And maybe Virgo's the one, that's kind of standing there going, these are my needs, and would this thing fit? Because if we're in a relationship, don't you want to know my needs? Like, duh. This person keeps missing the mark right here because they're not asking the other person what they need. Does that make sense?
It does.
Of course it does.
It does. I'm pulling an oracle. Wrap up there.
Kind of a panicked energy. There's like like having an anxiety attack somewhere.
Yeah, those two of swords in the reverse, the two of swords in reverse, and the two of wands reversed are right centerpiecing the seven of wands. I don't know if you can see that, Miriam, on this deck, but this was just like, take a look. I want to see.
Oh,
can you see the cards? It's just like the anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety. Yeah,
it's
the anxiety.
And it's followed by the five of wands in reverse. It's just anxiety. It is anxious, or just shall we say whiskey D. I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
I think that
I'm just over
parties, like, okay, so one party did something that was kind of like, that ain't good. And the other person is saying, I still have feelings about what happened. I still have feelings about, there's kind of a dark energy there, suspicion, fear, paranoia, that something is going to happen if I try to move forward. It's almost like hanging something over another person's head that says, if you do this, then sure. But it's a manipulation just in the fact that this moon card is in the reverse with the sun card in the reverse. It's a head over heart. And then I have another person standing here saying, okay, well, I see it as you're being envious. Your behavior is telling me that you're envious of something. And what's it going to take to get you to stop feeling envy?
Yeah, I definitely see the envy with all the wands, the upside down wands, the Knight of Wands in reverse. It is definitely like somebody who can't be happy for anybody else. Like envy. That is.
I have someone also who's trying to hold standards to an outdated modality, and they're really upset about it. Like, traditional, like somebody is more traditional maybe than what they thought. Does that make sense? And the opposite person is standing here going, your ideas are outdated and I don't want to hear it.
I had two pop, and I'm not going to read them both, but as far as the oracle card goes, I'm just going to show, just because it's so fitting, a tidy house popped up. Look at how pretty that little picture is. Clarity, and organization. And this one popped twice too. Sky Bridge, possibility for a union. Which one should I read, guys? Put it in the chat.
That's so funny. Somebody listening here. They got caught looking into another person. They're like, oh, damn it.
That so speaks to this full moon and energies that we're going through right now. Like, you're sitting there like that Cat Williams. Yeah. Don't you know I can see you? Don't you know I can see you?
That's so dumb too, because it's like you're still in each other's sphere. You know what I mean?
Right.
If things are not worked out between the two of you, then like you're not going to leave. I can see you, you can see me. Hello. The only thing missing is the bridge, right?
Right.
The bridge.
Right. Well, if the bridge is missing, I'll read Sky Bridge, possibility for union, while she's wrapping up what she's doing. It's the Oracle card number 47. Let me get there. Luckily, this one's not too long, so maybe that's why I was supposed to read it. Here we go. Okay, possibility for union. What needs to be connected or disconnected? You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there's no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon, though. Or you'll run the risk of being stuck at the edge of the cliff. Life has brought you into this moment to offer you an as yet undreamt of possibilities, but you must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you are allowed a breath or two before you leave. So take a bit of time to yourself, get away for a day or two, and in contemplation, or even just a few minutes, walk to clear your head. Muster your courage so that you may cross that sky bridge. The sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. Life believes you are ready, even if you do not agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans and preparation. Earth signs, that's for you. Respond with a determined yes and let the universe take care of the details. You only need to hold on to this positive affirmation, and the way will become obvious as you take flight and clear the abyss. So, hope that helps, our Earth signs.
All right, are we doing fire or air?
Fire.
I want the fire. All right. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh, moving forward. Yeah. Aries, Leo, Sag, please. For May 2025 for the full moon in Scorpio. 2 popped out. Shit. 2 cards with the Aries. Bitch, I ain't doing all that. The first 2 cards for Aries is like, bitch, I ain't paying for that. Get off me. Of course, it would be an Aries. That's so funny.
All right. Oh. Energy for fire signs for the Scorpio full moon.
Aries, you being a smart little pickle, ain't you? I love that. Aries is being a smart little pickle. Man, I'm telling you, the Wheel of Fortune has been coming out all day.
Jeez, Heather. Throw my cards everywhere. Go.
Poor Leo. Look at the Leos. Ay, qué lindo. My Leos.
Throwing out the Chariot for the first card. Woo!
Oh,
jeez, Louise. They are flying.
Damn.
The Knight of Wands just went flying.
All right, how can I make this fit? Everybody move it on down the line. Just move it on down the line. Oh, Leo. That's so beautiful. Okay.
Who's being the shyster?
Uh-oh. I got a
Somebody's got some shenanigans going on. Damn. Well, probably to them. Okay. Okay, I can't do any more of a line. That is enough. Please. Thank you. Running out of table here. Ooh, starting with the Chariot,
shit.
ending with the Star card.
I
What
got a
is up?
novella. I got a novella going on here with Sag.
What is up with these undersides? Underside Empress in reverse? What? All right. Well, evidently the fire signs have a lot going on because I had 7 that flew out.
Dude, I'm like going across my desk over into my cart.
Yeah, we had to do this on our cell phones. Evidently, you can't go live and partner with somebody on a live unless you're on your mobile device. So it is.
And so it is.
Let me clarifier for all of these, please.
Okay. That.
Thank you. You're just going to throw the whole story out? I'll take it.
And that. That's boring.
Yeah.
Sag, I did all that for boring? I got to
know.
the end, Sag, and it's like, that was so, it was like, what? What a letdown, man.
It was like an Ace of Wands in reverse, wasn't it?
It just went,
wah, wah.
Look what came out, dude. Look what came out. The Ace of Wands
You got that too? Wah, wah.
I'm so sorry.
I just heard that Pink song. No more sweet whiskey. You know? With the Empress in reverse, with her Ace of Wands down.
Oh man!
But there was a valiant start at it.
Man,
Oh, with the Chariot. All right,
man,
who
I'm
would have got
telling you,
the Star
I love
card?
the Aries in this reading right now. The Aries is like perfecto, Aries.
There's that fucking hangman again. All right. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All the undersides are coming out all backwards and upside down. Oh, let me sit with this. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with what I have.
Go for it. Go for it.
Aries. You ain't paying for that shit. Hell no. This may also be like an action that someone is they're coming in. Anyway, you have a wish, you have a dream. Oh, someone's going away, Aries. God, that just hit. Someone's leaving.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I see that too.
I'm channeling and it just hit like right through my throat.
I see it too, darling. We got the 7 of Wands in reverse and that down.
Whatever this is, it's so sad that I'm shutting down. You may hear about someone transitioning, like an earth sign, Aries.
Yeah, it's probably a feminine as well. I got the Empress in reverse on the top. And then I got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom. Like, but those are the underside of the deck for both decks.
Aries, I think that you've spent a lot of time sorting through your feelings about a person. Might be a Leo or an Aquarius, because I have both here. And there's something that you wanted with this person, whoever this is. And it has to do with going the long haul. You know what I mean? It has to do with a commitment that is made rationally, and maybe that's what you've had to lean on, Aries, because I can see that your emotions here, like there's nothing that you've seen yet that could make you think otherwise about this person. There's honor, there's admiration. You feel that this person is special. You also feel that this person, like you would like to see them. You know what I mean? And that might be a totally different subject. But I also see, Aries, that you're being super smart here because you're saying to yourself, you know, the time that has been diminished or the effort that will be diminished makes a huge difference here in moving forward. Now, I also see the influence, Aries, of someone, maybe an ancestor or a spirit guide, someone that has passed away that's with you at all times here. And this person, it has witnessed whatever has been taken away. They don't like whatever's been done here. They want others to cooperate like that. And so what I see is you kind of standing, whatever this special relationship is, it's almost like Aries is saying, you know what, they'll work it out. You know what I mean? They'll work it out. They'll work it out. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Aries is sort of like tending to their own right here. You know, I need to tend to my own stuff right here. And, you know, some people may not understand that. It might be 3 topics for Aries.
So I'm just rolling through these, and what's messed up is I've been shuffling the crap out of these cards, and the same ones keep popping. So clearly it's themed for this full moon and pretty consistent, because the bad health card came out with the Chariot. Let me see here. Came out with the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So as I'm looking through this, I had the bad health, the distant horizons, the poverty thing come through again, and the mature man again. So anyways, I'm looking through this, and I definitely agree with what Miriam's saying. And what I am seeing is a dream.
Yeah.
It's like it ends with the star card, like the reading ends with the star card and the hanged man. Okay. And I love in Uranian fashion, the water is split off into what looks like lightning bolts. But yeah, I basically am seeing kind of the same storyline in a way of somebody, there's definitely self-worth problem with someone that feels the need to cut somebody down, or I'm hearing like crack jokes, make light of the way somebody else feels. And day by day, it's been cutting away at somebody. Any of you fire signs, Miriam's hitting you guys all individually, but I'm just reading collectively. So with this, it's working on somebody's health pretty hard, and maybe it is that you're taking care of somebody who is ill, and the everyday work that you're having to put into it has you feeling that lack or feeling unwhole is what I just heard, not whole. I mean, I'm looking at these energies and they're the despair card. This one came up as the clarifying energy for this Six of Wands in reverse and this Ace of Wands in reverse. It's almost like I was so close to getting where I needed to go. And then I ended up stuck here taking care of you. And I have had to forget my dreams. Oh, the expectation, the expectation. Somebody's not thinking twice about, how do I say this? Taking advantage of somebody. They have the privileged lady is clarifying this Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's right next to that expectation. Somebody is really taking advantage of whoever this is that's being mature and taking care of somebody. Now, when I say bad health, yes, the bad health could be spiritually. Somebody feels so drained at this point that they have lost all will to move forward. They've lost their dream. And I see that with the Chariot on the upright it's holding and it's saying, okay, well, things may not be perfect right now, but with that Chariot card, I believe. So when I say this card, this deck, like the spread that I have, I see a dream. And then the words I believe just came. It really is speaking to somebody wanting to jump, move forward, make the jump, make the leap to those broader horizon, distant horizons. Um, Ultimately, you mentioned somebody maybe passing, Miriam, and I did feel that somebody may be passing with the Empress in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Um, and I'm getting this with all of these head in the hand cards like this going, I just don't know where else to go. You may have to go a traditional, non-traditional route. Start if you do have a way to purge, the Scorpio full moon would be perfect energy to purge some shit. Okay, whether I mean emotional shit, yes, but if there are belongings, if there are things that are going to be in the way of you being able to wrap this phase up, get rid of them, donate them. If you need to ask for help, Taurus, the fire signs are good at kind of initiating stuff, so I don't really think that'll be a problem. But ultimately, your fire's been extinguished lately, babes, and I start stay hydrated. I know that's so stupid, but I have wisecrackers for guides. Anyways, go on, babe.
Okay, I think the Leo is in the middle of two people. I think the Leo's smack dab in the middle of two people. And out of all three fire signs, I feel, just feeling it, that Leo is trying to be the most compassionate, the most empathetic, and the most understanding out of all three. I also see down here where it would be like this. My relationship with this person doesn't have to bleed over into my relationship with person B, you know? And Leo's sort of sitting here saying, I have the wherewithal to understand this person's position. I can see both sides of it. I can understand both sides of it. However, Leo is looking at some actions that were done in the past that were like not kosher, but because Leo is like stuck in the middle of these two people, it's more like Leo is saying to move forward, though, You're looking at person A having a mad disadvantage, just a huge disadvantage to where you are over here. And so for the Leo, it's sort of like saying, I received an invitation from this person, and yeah, I'm looking at it because what I can see from this person is magical. Bitch is magical. Look at the Leo is like, I love this because I don't think I've ever seen the Queen of Wands like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag, but you would, because
Yeah.
this person just all they have to do is stand up and look at what's in her hand. It's almost like I could see the fire twirling in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of her hand out of nowhere. Like she
It's
stands
a
up and she
yeah.
goes,
Mm-hmm.
rah,
Yeah.
rah, 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 rah. You're
It's
looking, this
manifestation.
person is a manifesting generator.
Very
And
much so.
Leo is looking at that going, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, she may not be able to do this because that's your area of expertise. But damn it, Jim, she sure shit can do this over here.
I'm
And
getting a
Leo,
distance between people too. Do you see the distance
I
between, or like
I
somebody needs to
do.
travel to see
I
somebody
do.
else, but maybe their cars broke, like their cars give they're not sure their travel will work.
Yes.
Like I see that, but I also see to look outside the box and hold faith because the Knight of Wands is in the upright right over the Hierophant. And you showed that Queen of Wands. Yeah. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
just maybe, or
And it's
maybe
really cool because the Leo is sort of saying, whoever this person is that you hate, she would never or he would never do something like that. That's what the Leo is sort of saying. I think the Leo is going, whether the off person did it or didn't do it, it really doesn't matter to me. Leo's looking at it in a way that says a conversation needs to be had, and we need to see certain things transformed,
and I'm
because
here.
Leo is saying this person is out there swinging big D in the wind. And whether you believe in what they're doing or not, it's not the case. This person's swinging alone in the wind, and somebody needs to pull that rope in and put their arms around this person and protect them. And literally, Leo is saying, if I got to be that person to go protect the one you don't like, the one you can't stand, you can gargle my
Mhm.
2 marbles, because this person's out there without protection, and I ain't screw what they did. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm saying Leo, out of all 3, is embracing more of a, no, it's not logical. No, it
somebody
doesn't make
has
sense.
somebody has to let go of the pettiness. That's what I
Yeah.
see, and there does have to be collaboration. Whatever's going on, whatever story or project or relationship you're working on.
See, and I see
You,
Leo with a tower just making up their mind.
yeah, you got the Chariot card too.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
all right,
I'll go do it then. Fine.
all right. I'm drawing an oracle for our fire signs here.
Wait, Sads, are you going to
You
run
do your
through?
thing. No, I'm
Okay.
shuffling. You do your thing.
Sagittarius is being a big D because they got pinpricked with a needle that says someone came in and hurt their ego or their pride. They could have also accused me of doing something I've never done. And if you want to like that person, good on you, but I don't trust them. And they didn't show up for themselves, right? They won't do what I tell them to do. I love them. That's what they're saying. I love them. I care about them. I don't want them to like pass away or anything. Um, But the truth of the matter is, Sagittarius is down here concerned about an activity that might go down if you go over there. Like if I come to see you, or if they see me, something is going to kick off, right?
There's a lot
And
of suspicion. A
it
lot of
is, it's like a
suspicion.
lot of suspicion, and then it's stupid. It's stupid because we get to the very end of the line over here, and Sag is saying, I haven't heard from them in a while. Like, why aren't they calling me? Like, maybe I should see what it's all about, because I haven't heard from this person in a long time. And you see what I mean? Sag just does
Mercury,
this
it's
flip. Like,
all Mercury retrograde type
like,
energy.
I haven't heard from them today. What, you
Wow.
know?
Wow.
Um, I wonder why they won't talk to me. And I'm looking at it like, bitch, if you created the weather, don't cry when it rains.
100%. Ah, I don't
They're over
have the
here saying,
time.
there's
I
another
don't have the
person
time.
over here also saying, I don't want to be in the middle of somebody's.
Your audio went silent. Can't hear you. Hello? I don't know what happened to her. Maybe her phone died.
No.
There you are.
Somebody
Okay.
was trying to call.
Oh,
Sag is also saying over here, I don't want to be in the middle of somebody else's divorce. I don't want to be the reason for someone else's divorce. And they just think the best thing is for them to stay away. And that's where it all peters out and goes.
yeah. I have a oracle card if you're done.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so for the fire signs, we got lost in space, needing direction, number 36. Hopefully, you guys can see that okay. Feeling lost, needing direction and focus, a 24-hour day. Sometimes in life, we lose our way, perhaps falling prey to addictive behaviors, jealousy, comparison, resistance, or fear. This happens especially when we're up leveling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us hiding in its vast expansiveness of space wants to sabotage our process. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe or inhabitable as we find our thoughts and beliefs have morphed beyond recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or determine on the next step. You might be tired and simply need to regroup and rest. When you lack direction, the first thing to do is to redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you're invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone can handle living in a 24-hour compartment, which allows everything to feel grounded and manageable. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up in the giant vastness of the future with its dark uncertainty, or reflect on how your past has held you captive in a hall of distorted, of never ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and flaws, failures and losses. Take heart that a simple 24-hour container immediately banishes two awful entity, um, two awful eternities away. You will find that your energy and focus restores as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Keep it simple. Right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic, fundamental ways, and the world will be right again. Lost in space.
Look, I'm just gonna say there's a really high sexualization going on here for fire signs.
There's a lot of
And
wands.
it's sort of like people are watching, everybody's watching everybody. Okay. Everybody has an eyeball on everybody, and
Mars
it's
and
all over the
Leo.
place. and one person is kind of standing in this self-righteous sort of energy, which I warned you about that was coming. And but at the same time, all the negative judgments that they make about a person is wrong. Like, all of the judgments they made about a person is completely wrong. And at the same time, in this self-righteous sort of stance, right, on the outside. But on the inside, for this self-righteous prick, on the inside, this guy wants to get a room. They won't. And I think they're trying to hide that from like everybody with their self-righteous stance. You know what I mean?
Mars was in Cancer for so long, and now it's in Leo, so it's, you know, trining all the fire signs, right? So it's trining Sag, trining Aries. Yeah. And they're, let's get it on.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Oh, let's get it on.
And the truth is, if those two got a room together, you definitely right. They'd be wore out when they came back out, and probably all this fire energy would go away. But the Aries is the only one that's sort of saying, you know what, I'm freeing myself from all of this.
I saw it as a dud. I saw it as, oh, we go out for drinks and blah blah blah, and like the one of them, you know, saying, oh well, she's ugly compared to you, kind of suave stuff, trying to say it right, but then he gets nervous and drinks too much, and then gets sick, and then can't perform, and she's like, oh, you do realize that there was another choice I had.
Sleeping with someone, and I think it's the Sag. It would be like sleeping with someone in your dreams, or sleeping with someone and thinking about the other person that they're really mad at.
Oh, all right. Let's move forward. I think we're hitting our time, hun.
I'm sorry. Air signs. I'm sorry for the language. I have been working on it. You can ask Heather.
I'm a bad influence. You can ask Miriam.
Yeah, she really is. But I have really been working on it. I cuss
like a sailor. That's just me.
I have been trying.
I blame it on being an unsupervised middle child. and growing up in the 80s.
Growing up in the 80s. That's all you have to say. Right? Remember that they started with the Satanism. My training, like, come on, I'm a kid.
I did a Ouija board when I was a kid.
No, I mean, I was part of a very strong background that made it a really big deal. Now, I actually just found out about that story not long ago, like the real. And the guy went over the border. He was Caucasian, light-skinned, with a group of people, and then he disappeared. But everybody was toasted and was partying down, and he just up and disappeared. So it's like, I was born in Vegas, lived there for a little while, and then moved to Florida. I was nowhere near Mexico, okay? I did not need all that training.
My air signs, the cards flew out of the crow deck. They were ready to be talked about. And another reversal. Page of Swords in reverse for the overall.
May 2025. I got a feeling I'm going to like the Aquarius one. Oh, Aquarius, back up. Man, I can feel him coming through the middle of my shoulders in the back. Aquarius, you need to sit down.
Their electric buzz.
I mean, I'm almost lifted out of my chair. Aquarius is having something huge. It's almost like a declaration of like cock-a-doodle-doo, mother, you know, on the top of the roof. I feel it. The fiddler in the roof.
I'm an Aquarius moon, and tomorrow's Mama's Day, and both my kiddos called me right before we started streaming and said, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" Calm down, Pepe. Quit getting to her body like that.
I want to tell Aquarius to sit down, but they're so freaking happy. It's just up right through the throat.
Yeah, Allie, I love the crow deck. Love the crow deck.
All right. Sit down, Aquarius. I got to do all three, not just you.
Air signs, full moon energy. Man, stories are just rolling out for the air signs. They've been waiting. They're like, we're last. Hurry up and get our cards out there.
I know, air signs, right? They'd be like, we should have been first.
Every time I move my jaw, my earbuds pop out of my ear. I have just tiny ear holes or something. I don't know. There's that justice card again.
Gemini's gonna do what's never been done. That's what I see here. Gemini's gonna do what's never been done before. Some of you Geminis may have an audition of some kind where you're doing a performance.
Just don't show your ass.
You're not the first choice, you're the second choice. And it does show that upon initial choosing, they're going to pick the first person, and within about less than, maybe it's like 2 or 3 weeks max, that person's going to drop out and you're up. That's how it is. Sorry, I just started in with Gemini because I felt it.
It's fine. It's fine. Allie, you're all hopped up. You're all hopped up on supplements, Allie.
Show me Libra.
I may be all hopped up on supplements once I'm off the live. Who knows? Gotta probably do a full moon video too. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh,
this is a full moon video.
You need to stop, Libra. Okay. Some of y'all getting spicy.
Somebody's lie got found out.
Show me Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, take your turn. All right, Aquarius. I'm saying you can. It's not could've. It's not past tense. It's future for Aquarius. It's not past tense. So what they're saying is you can do it better, Aquarius. You can do it better. It to me, it feels like an act of faith. Damn, Aquarius, you need to shut up. Look what pulled up, girl. Lovers.
The lovers. I get some Gemini energy up in there.
You always can do it better, Aquarius. It's not like you're stuck. Look at the 2 of Cups.
I got the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. That's all
crazy.
I got.
I got the only people that have cups here in a great way is Aquarius. Okay, we'll go Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Libra's last. Libra has the feels. Oh shit! Look, 10 of Pentacles.
Dude, why am I being shown royal family? Why am I being shown the royal family all of a sudden? Like I'm sitting here looking at my cards and like I just started like seeing the king and then like royal family. Stop it. You're interrupting me. I heard the whole London Bridge is falling down again.
Oh no.
Stop.
Do you know that's the code, right? That's the code. Each royal family member has a code that gets broadcast to M5, which is like their FBI or whatever, their CIA. Anyway, the code for the reigning monarch is London Bridge has fallen down.
Oh. Okay.
So that's why I stopped. Like, that's a
Okay.
big deal,
That
lady.
has nothing to do with the cards, you guys. I just came out of nowhere in the middle of me trying to do something else. Welcome to my life.
That was predicted, by the way, by Baba
Sorry.
Vanga and Edward Casey.
What?
That certain, what we just talked about.
Oh,
It was a
like,
major prediction for a long time.
okay. A distance horizons again? Somebody's traveling. Somebody wants to travel. Or somebody, high honors. I'm hearing high honors, even though that's not a card that came up here. Wow. I'm still reading, guys. I got thrown off. I get interrupted sometimes. And it's for the air signs for the Scorpio full moon.
Gemini's carrying a
I
lot
can't even
of
make this
wisdom.
up. That was the next card that just came out was high honors.
High honors.
London Bridge is falling down.
High honors.
Well, and it starts out with the Six of Wands. I love this one in this deck. The Crow. Six of Wands with Temperance underneath it. Right next to it is the Nine of Cups in the upright over the Queen of Cups in reverse. And she's looking at the reverse tower and the reverse moon. That's right. Like I'm looking at this and I'm seeing somebody sitting in their zen, just thinking about, the wins that they've had in life and just being thrown an unfair, very unfair message
Yeah,
that
that's
is a lie.
crazy.
It's like a lie being revealed. And it was a stupid thing to say. It was so stupid and it was so immature, like so. But it was a feminine that said the lie. I got the Empress in reverse again. Gosh, where's that bad health card? No, I don't want that again. Let me get a good shuffle. Oh, tell me more about it. No,
Okay.
no.
All right. Gemini gets shut down a lot. Gemini will be working themselves up to something and then they get shut down, and then they work themselves up to something and then they get shut down. And it's like, they've planned for it. They're semi prepared for it. But once they get a particular action going, they get shut down again. And it's happened so often that it's turned into a habitual thing. Gemini. What's Gemini?
A man sent you a gift of the King of England.
Oh.
That's weird.
Gemini's going to have a choice, a decision. It could also just be a message. But the message is about hope. It's about faith. It's about love. It's about compassion. It's about an emotional maturity of some kind. And the message is going to resonate with the Gemini. When you hear the words of this message, it's going to hit you right in the heart chakra, because you're going to be like, love is still alive, And maybe that's the lie, right, that you've got. A difficult message, but it provides a way forward, like one little sliver of light at the end of the tunnel. And Gemini's looking at it and basically saying, you know what? One tiny little sliver is enough for me to work with. I'll take it. You know, Gemini has been sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's kind of like, if you just give me one little in, coach, just watch what I can do. And so Gemini is kind of building themselves up with a new tool, with a new inspiration, with a new hope. Is Gemini fully ready? No, no. But as soon as they get into a position where they're willing, here, it would be like if just one little, show me one little sign, just one little tiny sign, and then this huge message comes in about fairness and equality and what someone has and what they can work with. And then all of a sudden, you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Capricorn, Cancer, Sag, and then I have Aquarius. I have a tempting offer, an idea that has, it's like somebody saying, you know what, F it, let's just do it. Let's do it. And you know what? It turns out beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
6 of Cups. 4 of Pentacles is there, but I have the Chariot and the Star card. It allows for a door to just open.
Okay. As far as what I'm looking at here, I'm getting like just story after story thrown at me, and I mentioned the first one, but I'm looking through here, and there are, as far as major arcana go, let me just tell you what I got. I got the Tower in reverse, the Moon in reverse, and the Justice card in reverse, and the Temperance card in reverse. So, yeah, I mean, there looks like there's going to be a sudden message that comes out. It's going to cause some major concern. Major concern. It is definitely going to involve some concern about how much it may hurt a certain divine feminine's energy, or a divine feminine. I have had the Empress card in reverse several times. It also speaks to, like literally it says the message of concern, and it was on the Empress card in reverse. And there's going to be some changes that are going on. I'm also hearing a story unfold. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of people in here gossiping in the air signs, in the air signs over this full moon. I would just say do your best to stand in integrity. Don't dip your keep your thoughts to yourself, keep your emotions to yourself about it. If you do have to reach out for help, a Capricorn, you may need to reach out to an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo man. That is evident. Looking at, I see you've had a lot of somebody, the main person in this story has a lot of hard work invested in what's going on. I think that I think people are worried for the air signs, honestly. Whatever you have going on, somebody's really observing, and they're worried you're going to, and I like got pulled with like a hook. You ever see it, like the comedy back in the day where they'd be on the stage, and somebody come out with a cane and they'd yank the person out? I literally just got yanked out of trying to even talk about that. Specifically, with all the gossip that's going on, I see somebody hearing a very revealing message about who you can and who you cannot trust. Be wise with who you talk to about your goings ons. Let me just put it that way. There is victory on the side of the air signs, providing they don't get lost in the sauce. I'm like seeing, I have the 9 of Cups and I have the 3 of Cups, and like they're just like, it's that does speak to possible too much abundance. I always think of those 2 cards like of drinking. I know that's not a common thing with it, but it seems I get a lot of cards that lend to the whole too much drinking, too much overindulging. I mean, this Nine of Cups is like sitting pretty. Just keep yourself keep yourself about you. I keep telling you all that. Keep yourself about you. Don't let the gossip get to you. Whatever you're working on, you've been planning and plotting for a long time, and you've invested some good amount of money. You've gone through the tower falling, and I think you know who you can and cannot bring along on this venture with you. So
I do see a Capricorn here, Brandon. Yes, I do have the Capricorn, but it's looking at a Capricorn differently now that this action is done, you know. There's
mm,
an energy of saying, you know, I want to remember this person as they were and not what they did. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Remembering the memories of this person and the state they were in, because there were clues that I can see. There were clues that were happening, right? But, you know, feeling kind of guilty for not stepping up to the plate and trying to do something sooner. That is there as well. But I have a sort of shutting off, and if there has been interaction because of a funeral or maybe not having enough money to go to the funeral, it's probably right here. It would be like if you showed up, yes, there is someone that you would like to see. However, their family doesn't like you. Their family doesn't, you know, support
Yeah, I'm
you.
seeing so much of the judgment stuff going
Yeah,
on,
the
the
judgment
gossip. You
stuff.
see, it's like blah blah blah, and the thing is, I mean, honestly, we all are here to live our lives, work our paths, go through. And I being us being in astrology, we're all here to work our charts, right? Like some of us are just given different setups and come along later than others, and the best thing you can do is really just seek that place where it keeps you in the up and up. Keep your emotions balanced, as you spread your wings, and don't let the gossip. Just avoid the gossip. On your Go get on your distant horizon. Go get on your little yacht, your space yacht, and sail away, baby. Sail away.
Libra, I have a lot of gaslighting in your spread in front of me. Um, and if I'm honest, Libra, like Heather said earlier with the fire signs, there's a lot of comparing one to the other going on here instead of saying I have a skill set and then the other person has a skill set, and if we work together we can make something work, you know. The person I'm looking at here is hiding the fact that they know that the divorce or the breakup was you know, I wish I hadn't have broken up with that person. I wish I hadn't have gotten a divorce. This person is also saying, I thought divorce would be a solution. But this is what they're saying. But here I find that this person is over there and they're pulling projects out of their back pockets like this, and they're showing the world that they can actually do something amazing. So this person is saying, I wonder if they're going to succeed. You know, Libra's looking at the projects and going, I wonder which one, you know, they've proven in the past they could do something like this. And now I see them starting something new. I wonder if it could actually succeed. And then at the same time, Libra is gaslighting, because Libra is the one that kind of spread the juice everywhere. Libra is the one that opened their mouth to everything, you know what I mean? And so it's like one thing coming out of Libra's mouth, and then something totally jealous and envious going on in the background because you wish you'd never broken up with this person. You see what I mean? It's like this duality.
Yeah, it's like somebody feeling some kind of way about you having people look at you with some kind of respect
Yeah.
or something like that. It's like here's how it looked on my board. The Nine of Cups, high honors in the middle, and the Queen of Cups just looking there going, ooh, I'm gonna like literally she's just sitting here gossiping with the
Yeah.
the Queen of Swords. So I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I gotta did you get through the I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's just kind of like the way this person feels is dualistic so hard that I wonder if they even know what they want. You know, what do you want?
Feels pretty
Like if I was sitting with
up
this
in the
person, it would be like, okay, there's things about this other person that you admire, obviously. You wouldn't feel this way about them. So do they know that? Like Heather said, do they know that you have all of these wow, you know? And then at the same time, it's like jealous, jealous, jealous.
air.
And it's like, is this person your real enemy or are you sabotaging something, Libra?
I had the change card come out too with the Three of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse. So it rolled out like this. Um, the Three of Cups, change, and there's another vehicle, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. The Page of Swords is looking at justice in reverse, and I really do think that there is a change that's due, and it's going to happen. It's literally shutting all these doors to all the noise, all the nosy people, you know. And we know that air signs can be quite talkative as well. And so we just again have to mind our temperament and judgment. Here, mind your judgment. I got a dust devil moving out of stagnation for
Yeah, it
the
is
oracle
moving
card.
out of stagnation. Yes. It's also this I've it's the same thing with the Leo in the sense that I can see someone trying.
It's like that Queen of Wands card where she's like this. she's got this in her hand, and it's I'm trying, I'm
Yes.
working on it.
I'm
So,
working on it, you know, that sort of thing. But you never listen to me. I can see that there. You never listen to me. You won't let me talk. You try to shut my voice off. And then
too
there's a
many women. Oh, there's too many women with too many freaking opinions on what you should be doing. I'm sorry to say that,
it's like
but
meddling. It's like
whoever needs to
meddling.
hear it, yeah,
Meddling is not helping.
it's like a helicopter parent, or
Yeah,
they mean well,
it
but
is. It is like a helicopter parent, isn't it? And the other thing I think that's making everybody upset here is there's a person that either they won't be able to talk to, or they're gonna go missing. You know, they're just gonna walk out, or they're it's like they need to keep their plans silent. Yes, but just because they're not telling everyone their plans doesn't mean, you know, that what they're doing is foolish. Yeah, it's that assumption. I assume this person is
it was
being
just like a
foolish.
pearl necklace gasp. It was like, it's like, oh my goodness, you did what? And it could also be, honestly, like a relationship that it's almost like a relationship that, your loved ones don't necessarily agree with, or a lifestyle that you live
Yes,
that your family does
I
not
have that.
necessarily agree with.
I have that.
And they're like gossiping and they love you. And there's like this mature Capricorn like man being like,
Yeah, I've got him here.
You gossiping women. Like, don't, like, I believe in you. You keep turning the wheel. You keep working on it. You keep working on it. Don't let them get to you. Just ignore them.
Yeah.
Kind of scenario. For
Yeah,
who
and I
that's
have
for?
someone over here that sort of they don't feel that there's an aspect of settling for a partner. Like they wanted to settle for someone who is less demanding than you. Or they're sort of making it seem like you're high maintenance, or that, you're too much for them to handle. Probably because they can't control the other person, and
Hmm.
to me, it looks like I broke up with you or I got a divorce from you because I was always giving a bunch of excuses for why something wasn't getting done. This person grew out of love, or they understood that the relationship was only about lust. And
I
they
had the
spent,
lovers in reverse.
yeah, they like spent a long time looking at that grief, a long time to become very clear in their mind about um, something that they were attached to that they couldn't necessarily let go. But it's the idea of being single. There's something here about the
Yeah,
idea of being
there
single.
there is. There is. Yeah, I see that too. And I mean, this full moon in Scorpio that's coming up on the 12th, it very much speaks to the psychological side of it. The psychological side of emotional healing. And the
Right?
ties that bind. I'm going to read Dust Devil real quick while you're
Yeah.
sorting. It's
Well,
kind of
it's
cool.
the realization of looking at someone and going, you know what they were asking from me was not too much. You know what I mean? It was fair. What they were asking from me was fair. It was a fair.
I'm just going to throw this out there because I got it a couple times. Like, I'm seeing it's generationally. So it's almost like there's a generation gap that's kind of like,
Yeah.
well, this is how you do it. This is the expectation of,
Yeah.
you go to school, you graduate,
Yeah, I
you
see a
meet
lot of
somebody,
that.
you get married, you do it
Yeah.
this way, but you're not doing it this way. Why do you
Yeah.
insist on doing it that way when our way is more effective?
It's sort
But
of like you're preaching, but you're not practicing. It's obvious. Your mask is like half cocked on your face. We can all see around the mask. So
that's the other card that popped. Oh my God.
you can't even practice what you preach, dude.
Oh, Miriam, I love you.
And it's crazy because when the person actually has some quiet time, like they look at this, love sucks. Love stinks. Hell yeah, right? The truth
Love.
is, love doesn't stink. Love doesn't hurt. You randomly or somebody went off and did this action here, and to be honest, they were not asking for much.
Mm.
And now I have this person who's settling for the situation they're in, and the partner they married or got together with. Because I think, look, I have the Two of Cups here. This person down here, the Aquarius, is actually in love. They're actually in love with this person.
Mm.
I had that conversation, I think, with Amanda. Was it Amanda? No, it was somebody this week about. Remember that lesson we had several months ago, the first wave? It was a lesson about are you willing to stand up for your ethics, right? And are you also willing to give as much honor, respect, and direct focus and on your feelings and how you really feel about things? Because if you really felt that way, then why are you not giving enough credibility to how you feel? Remember that test? We had that, like,
Yeah.
Are you willing to stand up for how you feel?
Whew.
I know this shit's heavy, y'all.
All right. We got Dust Devil 15 for our air signs.
Oh wait, I
Embrace.
didn't do Aquarius.
You didn't. Okay, my bad.
Aquarius is the big deal here. Because what the heck, Aquarius? I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with a what wonderful man. Whatever that is. Look, it's curious. I have the King of Pentacles in the reverse with the Knight of Cups in the. Let me put my cards down. Look, I have this as part of this standard, and someone kind of wavering on. I'm not sure whether I can move forward with that or not. If that will be satisfactory to me because of this particular standard here. Maybe that someone can't do, or they don't want to do, or they get very angry about, or they thought they were free from. And then all of a sudden, we have this connection that just pops. There's a passionate, this person feels passionate about the other one, and they've kind of sat back and wondered here a little bit at, I think it's about the idea of going it alone.
Knowing your value.
But knowing the value of a person that goes beyond just one element. Like if this person is all intelligent, but they have inadequacies, you could say, in other areas. What is the true value of a partnership?
Well, yeah. And do they recognize it?
Do they recognize it? There's a strong desire here to do the heavy load, to pick up the heavy load, to make corrections, to it's sort of like finding a true partner who will do the work. When you're in a relationship and the person cares about the relationship, they'll actually do, because they don't want to lose the relationship. And that's how Aquarius is sort of standing here like, hey, the truth is, I've done a lot of work on this relationship. I've carried a lot of stuff here. I have voiced my opinion several times. I
will go where I feel valued, because I do not feel valued here.
Yeah. And you're right. And it is a different kind of value, because over here, it's someone who might be considering retirement, or they might be considering dropping out of school, or they may consider, it's kind of like letting one thing go, going down from a King of Pentacles, which is already in the reverse, and just making it a Queen of Pentacles. Like, am I going to be happy with the reduction in my reputation, a reduction from, walking away from a certain position. And it seems like with the right partner, right chair, one who really, and then it's like Aquarius, your first quincunx, your first inconjunct point in the chart is Cancer. So let's not lie about how you feel. It's like, you may not agree with everything this person thinks or what this person says. You may not like everything this person does and says. But damn it, Jim, there is no doubt in the world that you're in love. I'm in love.
Just try not to come off as so detached. Show value the way that the Cancer needs that value. They need to be shown with some tender love and care. Yeah, Allie says, damn it.
There's also, look at this, the Knight of Swords in the reverse with the Ten of Pentacles. This is Aquarius kind of kicking themselves in the ass. And they're saying, the truth is, I have what I need. The truth is, I have everything I ever wanted or was trying to achieve towards. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like Aquarius saying, I have more than enough here. Why am I not putting it to better use towards producing here? Because I have the Sun card. And I don't know. Notice the we go from the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse to the full 10 in the Aquarius spread. Like, you know, trying to correct things and just barely, it's like limping. We're all limping, but I have more than enough. And why don't I just, it's just like Aquarius going, all I got to do is put in the work.
Well, yeah, Aquarius knows their value, and going, if I'm looking at this from Aquarius perspective, Aquarius knows their value. The hang up is being around others that are also highly valued in their specificity. So it's almost like an expectation to uphold, like, a beast of burden, you know, like, I got to carry that monkey on my back, that I have to be as good as you are. But then you see, it's almost like seeing the self doubt. I almost see the self doubt start to then balk at yourself in the head about, okay, well, is this really the path that I should be taking? Should I
Yeah.
really be wearing this, you know, this brave mask and doing this, or am I really just a fake? And no, you're not a fake. Like, you are enough. You are capable. You are worthy. Don't doubt yourself, and don't let other naysayers doubt you. It's none of your business what other people think about you.
Like, you're this close, Aquarius. You're this close. You're so close. You don't know how close you are.
Change that inner dialogue if you're struggling. Find it, you know, even if it's a matter of community, like I just keep saying community, but it's like I'm seeing the 3 of Cups with change, and, you know, trying to change a mindset, a lack mindset, regarding your passions. You know, love your stuff. Put your artwork up on the fridge.
There's a lot of fire energy here right now, Aquarius, and I've got this very, very well thought out plan that is this close to being put into place. And this is Aquarius looking at the past, looking at their past failures, but it's also looking at how much someone brought to the table. And Aquarius is sort of sitting in a position saying, look, I have brought to the table over and over and over again, and things remain small because the effort was small. You know what I mean? And this is how they failed. It's viewing the loyalties that you've given to others in the past, and it kind of points out that you may have had a big talk. Like, there's a big talk versus what was actually brought to the table. Now, I'm just going to say this for someone who's looking at retirement, or maybe they got laid off, or I'm not quite sure. But this is sort of saying that these people think I can't do something. And that's just awful to tell an Aquarius.
I know. That's why I was saying, it's the other people making you feel like you're not good enough, and that's bullshit. You couldn't step
And
up
it's
to
sort
half
of
of what you have.
looking at this person right here, making the choice about this person right here with very well thought out plan, and kind of going, the truth is, when I compare this person to the other people I've been around, or the whatever, the truth is, when I look at this person and I compare them, they don't even stand toe to toe on an even keeled level. They're so different from one another. That's what Aquarius is saying. This person is so different that it's difficult to do that comparison of a choice, because whoever this fire sign was in the past here, Aquarius, because there's a fire sign here, this person didn't fully follow through with what they promised. You know, this person didn't fully commit in a way that said, yes, I will pick up and take leadership. You know, it's like having a purpose and not fully coming into the purpose. In fact, I don't even know if this fire sign in the past even knew anything about what that means in our world. You know what I'm saying? but this person didn't keep their promise. I also have neglect, but I also have someone taking advantage of others for money or for labor, okay? Maybe for reputation. And the person it's almost like they shut down until they get some sort of surprise, and it comes in really fast. There's a realization of logic. The person in the past didn't follow logic. You know what I mean? It's almost Aquarius, like you proved a point. If your no is no and your yes is yes, and okay, let's say you have a crazy ex, right? And let's say the crazy ex in the past is always stalking you. You know, you broke up and there's a lot of stalking and, yelling and so on and so forth. Not so with Aquarius. The person that I see right here is someone who is choosing a logical choice or a logical decision. They may have stated what they need or what they want or whatever, but they didn't repeat themselves. Does that make sense? The Aquarius I'm looking at here that has been judging the other person, they didn't act in any way, shape, or form like the ex. You know what I mean? They seem to have a routine. They seem to know what it is that they're doing. This is also a person who could have got trapped by something maybe that wasn't their fault. You know what I mean? It wasn't their fault. Whatever this
Baby, wait.
is.
My stuff is starting to die. I'm hearing my earbuds beep and my phone's getting low.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there's a bunch for Aquarius here, and it does show that, like, you're going to be okay, Aquarius. Let the naysayers nay. I will say that.
Let them neigh.
Let them nay.
Let them neigh as
Let
our
them
high horse
nay.
stands. All right, I'm
All
going to
right.
read the Dust Devil real fast, babe, and then
Yeah.
I've got to go pee too. So, the Dust Devil. So, embrace the chaos, trust in the process, moving out of stagnation. The presence of the Dust Devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. And that's how I saw those cards too. The truth is, you can't expect this dream alley to behave, uh, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess that he creates and calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents two aspects to you now: the winds of the outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside of you, with the dust devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your inevitable chains shackling to a barren desert. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust this process. The dust devil knows what you need when you need it, and once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. Very good for the air signs, I think. I know you're still seeing things.
I'm seeing all the things.
Well,
Because
spit it out.
Aquarius
Go
is
for it.
fixing to get a big surprise in a very lovely way. But again, it doesn't match the past person. I also think Aquarius is running from something that they don't want to do. Like I don't want to stand up and be that person, or I don't want to stand up and have to. It's almost even like I've been standing up for too long and I'm tired, you know. All right, I'm going to shut up.
All too well. All too well.
I love you. This was fun.
Hey, we did it. We did it. We did it.
We did it. Thanks for
I don't
showing
know
up,
how
you
good
guys.
we were on time, but I don't know, our live cut in half, but we're so happy you came.
Yes, we're so happy you came. Mwah. Thank you.
Until next time.
All right, I'll put the link in Patreon, you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.